welcome to another episode of the Weekly Spread Podcast, brought to you by the Modern Podcast Network. I'm your host, Stephen Meriwether, and I'm joined by my co-host, JD. What's up, JD?
What's up? We pick them. You stick with them.
I just have to say, last week was a travesty.
No.
It was last week was a travesty. You should be ashamed. I'm ashamed for you. Our listeners are ashamed. If we had fan mail, I am sure there'd be dozens and dozens of people explaining how last week was a travesty. Nonetheless, you went 3-0 last week.
Yes, sir.
Because
yes, sir.
You literally picked against yourself.
The only one to do it this season.
You literally picked against yourself. Do what? I've been lossless before. You picked against yourself to end a 0-5-1 streak. You're now 3-5-1 over the past 3 weeks.
Get 'em.
For the season. For the season, you're 9-19-2.
I ain't looking too bad now with them 3 wins.
Yeah, what looks a little better, though, is I'm 14-15-1.
Oh, being average? Okay.
I am one game away from being above 500. Hey, in the gambling world, if you're above 500, that means you made money. Okay. If you do better, if you win more than you lose, you make money. I'm trying to make our fans money. You're just trying to...
I'm trying to make a money on Eliminator picks.
Do travesties.
I'm trying to make a money on Eliminator picks. You know.
Well, you didn't do well last week.
And you did.
You lost.
How many point spread was that? How many point spread was that you picked? And I knew they were gonna fucking lose. I knew it was a get right game.
Did you pick?
I told you.
How many points spread did you pick? You picked against your team.
It was a 4-point spread. It was a 4.5.
You picked against your team.
I know. I wanted to die on the sinking ship. I just wanted us to lose. But unfortunately, we now put in Matt Ryan instead of Ellinger. I didn't know that was going to happen. That if I knew those facts, I definitely wouldn't have picked against us. Because Matt Ryan is actually a semi-competent quarterback. He just has no ability left.
Well, you have an opportunity this week to pick the Colts. To inch back some of the shame that you just spewed all over the place last week.
Let's get them.
We're gonna let the shameful go first. Let me hear your first pick.
Really, the shameful? Because I'm the only one to have 3 wins in a season. All right, we're sticking with this. We're sticking with the same.
I'm so much better than you at this.
Oh,
so just
wait
keep
till
going.
the end of the season because we have a new philosophy. Just like I would have went 3-0 the week before, picking against what I wanted to do, we're going with things the opposite. All right. Patriots always beat the Jets at home, 3.5 points. Give me the
14
Jets.
Straight wins.
Give me
14 straight
the
wins.
Jets. 3.5 point spread. They're gonna cover road dog against the Pats, who they just lost to by like 20. Why? Because I don't think they can. That's why.
I don't. If this continues, I don't know if we can have another season of this. This might be the final season of the Weekly Spread Podcast. But the Patriots have won 14 straight at home against the Jets. 14 straight, and the guy on the Patriots side hasn't changed.
Tom Brady, I think he has.
Okay, we're talking about Billy B. Okay, I don't like the pick. All right, I have a team. I have one team who's on the uprise, and I got another team who's on the downslide. I got a quarterback who has just been unleashed, and a quarterback who's never been off his leash.
Sounds like Chicago.
I got the Bears, the Chicago Bears, +3 on the road against Atlanta. I think the Bears are a better team. Atlanta's they started off the season 4-5-0 against the spread. Then they lost to the Saints. They got blown out by the Panthers last week. And what's his name? Old Panthers quarterback didn't even throw for 100 yards. They got blown out.
He's bad.
Cordell Patterson's back, so I'm a little worried about that. But I think Justin Fields has been unlocked. Give me the Bears +3 on the road against Atlanta.
I didn't like that because of the whole Atlanta spread voodoo, so I stayed away.
Well, last week the voodoo was gone.
Oh, of course. It can't be there forever. All right. Another one going after this team. All right. Jared Goff. I love Jared Goff. You know what I mean? He's just there. You know, he's competent. So I'm like, why can't he beat the Raiders who couldn't do shit against my Colts? Well, simply why I'm picking Derek Carr to do shit. I don't know why. They're going to outscore the fucking Lions. Or who do they play? Sorry.
The Raiders are playing the Broncos.
My bad. I got that all fucked up. Sorry. I wrote down the Raiders. I thought the Broncos would beat the Raiders. But the Broncos are going to beat the Broncos. Or what the fuck am I saying? You know what I'm saying.
I don't know what your pick is.
The pick is Raiders plus 3 on the road. I'm getting road dogs all time. That's what I'm letting you know. Raiders on the road plus 3 against the Broncos. I knew it was animal they were playing. Four-legged animal.
I lost you. I appreciate you clarifying that at the end. This is a modern lock. I have the Raiders plus 3 on the road against the Broncos.
You got one win.
Mr. High Knees is just not doing it this year. If the Raiders lose this game, if they don't cover, whatever. If they lose this game, I'm not putting them in any of my picks for the rest of the year. I might pick against them, but I'm not picking them for the rest of the year. If they lose this game, and what's his name, the owners of the Raiders,
Mark Davis.
If he wasn't cheap, then the coach would be fired. But he can't afford a third coach, so he's not going to get fired.
That's not cheap.
So
it's just real.
All right, Raiders plus 3.
Fuck. All right, you got one win this week.
I'm 2-1 every week, so
all right,
we know I got 2.
Again, big fan of this guy. Big fan of Lamar Jackson. He likes to run the ball and throw the ball. He likes to juke the ball. Why can't he fucking kill these Panthers team? But these Panthers are frisky.
Oh my God.
I like Lamar, but we're going with the Panthers plus 13 to cover. They are just going to linger. That defense is a good run defense. They're going to pick off Lamar. If I was still a betting man, all right, we'll see. I would easily bet Lamar Jackson to throw a pick in that game and under rushing yards.
God. This is the point in your gambling career where we get help. I'm gonna call your mom. I'm gonna call your brothers. I'm gonna call your friends, and we're just all gonna come and just help you, because anybody picking the Panthers plus 13 is just, that's insane. All right, I got a lock of the week. We have a modern lock of the week, and we have a Steven who knows what he's doing this year lock of the week.
So what's gonna happen if this Steven lock of the week fails? You gotta owe something to the pod.
I'll owe another attempt next week. All right. I got a team that for some reason people just don't have a lot of faith in. They've done nothing but win games all year long.
Let's talk about Minnesota.
Against another team that had a great start to the season, but what have they done the past few weeks? Nothing. I'm not talking about Minnesota. That's a stay-away game. How Minnesota is not favored at home is beyond me. But Vegas knows something I don't know, so I'm staying away from that. I like the Giants -3 at home against the Lions.
No.
That's a Steven who knows what he's talking about lock of the week.
All right.
The Giants deserve respect, and they're not getting any. They are better than a neutral site pick'em against this Detroit Lions team. The Detroit Lions team their offense has fallen off a cliff. So Saquon, if I was a bet man, I'd put Saquon over 150 yards, easy all day.
All right, I mean, do it.
All right,
Do it.
All right. So I got Bears +3 at Atlanta, Giants -3 versus the Lions, and Raiders +3 at the Broncos, Lions, some animal team that they're playing. You have Jets +3.5 at the Pats. Again, this is opposite week for you. You got the Raiders +3 at the Broncos, and the Panthers.
And Jets is +3.5.
+3.5. You're right. And the Panthers +13 at the Ravens.
All road dogs, baby. We're gonna eat.
Okay. All right. Let's move on. Let's move on to the Eliminator record. Next year, we're switching this up a little bit. The way Eliminators work
Is I win.
The way Eliminators work is you pick teams, and then once you lose, you're out. You're eliminated. That's why it's called an Eliminator.
So you shouldn't be doing this anymore.
Neither of us should be doing this anymore.
You shouldn't be doing this anymore.
Next year, we're going to go until we're done. This year, I would have been out after week 1. That's okay. You would have been out at week 3, but so not much better. But next year, we're going until we're eliminated.
That's bullshit.
But
just because you're a hater.
No, that's how the game's played. That's how the game's played.
Hater.
That's and next year, we're also going to do to spice it up a little bit. We're going to sign up for an ESPN Eliminator pool. And then we're gonna bet our picks.
Now, I'm gonna just bet my money each week on my pick.
We're gonna put our picks. We're gonna put our picks, and we're go until we're no longer alive. Anyway, this year that's not what we're doing. And thankfully, because that's the only thing my man here has anything to hold his hat on.
Also, I have the most wins in a single week of any contestant.
I mean, if we're including Eliminator pick, you don't, because 2 weeks ago I went 3-0-1, and this week you went 3-1. So actually, like, if we include everything like you like to do,
I had the most wins against the spread in a single week.
Well, I've had the most wins against the spread when you don't count my losses in a single week. So
no, you haven't.
All right. So you've been 7-3 this year against the spread pick or money line picks. I've been 3-7.
What was that again?
Give me a pick.
There we go. Where Panthers are gonna cover, but the Ravens are gonna win that game.
Oh, I see. This makes me happy. You know why it makes me happy?
Why?
Because you're using my strategy. You don't like to double down on your spread picks.
I don't.
But this week you did. And I'm doing the same thing. The Giants -3 over the Lions. Give me the Giants to win this game. Give me the Giants to win this game.
0-2. I love a good double down by Steven. He is not good. His double down record is 0-3.
The Giants. Give me the Giants.
Actually, it's like
all right.
It's 1-3. The only double down you've won is your Titans double down.
You looking at the website?
No, I know that by heart because you just suck at Eliminators, and I just remember that's the only one you won.
I suck at Eliminators. You suck against the spread. We round each other out.
And then I pulled up the website to confirm, and now it's confirmed.
If you pick my pick against the spread and JD's money line picks, you'll win some money.
You know what? I also got to hold my hat on, Steven? If you go back to week 2. I'm the only one to not win a single thing in a week. He went completely 0-4 that week. So let the podcast stand as he's bragging.
Look at week 3. You didn't win a single thing in week 3.
But I didn't lose everything, my guy.
But you didn't win a single thing.
But I didn't lose, okay?
It doesn't matter. You didn't win a single thing.
X marks the spot. So
you didn't win a single thing.
Bro, and on that one, you barely got the Ravens beating the Patriots. That was your saving grace. So don't come at me, all right? The Ravens barely.
I barely got the Ravens.
It's -3. You have Ravens -3 at the Patriots, and that was your saving grace.
What week you talking about?
The week you're shitting on me, week 3.
But it doesn't matter. I won a game. You didn't win anything. You literally said, I'm the only person to not have a week where I didn't win anything. And that's not true. Week 3, you didn't win anything.
I didn't lose everything.
I mean, you pushed.
Hey, when you look at the map, though, mine has way more color than yours. You just had way more bad weeks. Your slums are really bad. When you're bad, you're terrible. I at least show up consistently. Okay.
Bro, if you discount the week where you picked against yourself, you went 0-5-1. That's not showing up consistently.
Bro, if you make
if you
the
go,
pick, you
if
make
you go the week
pick.
before that, you were 1-7-1, and if you go the week before that, you were 2-9-1.
The listeners don't want to hear
throw this.
They
at
know.
me. Don't
We pick
throw
'em.
this at me.
If you make the pick, you make the pick. Whether it's the opposite reason I make the pick, I make the pick. So remember, I pick them, you stick with them because I take winners. All right, winners.
JD picks him. You pick the opposite, just like he's doing.
Only with his.
That's the Weekly Spread Podcast.
All right, Steven.